So I've just woken up, it's 18 minutes to 6 and I've woken up before my alarm went off, which is a good thing if you can do it, which I can't usually. Today I wanted to talk about morning routine and being quiet because Katie's still in bed. I wanted to talk about morning routine, so I'm gonna go over to the studio to do that so I don't have to whisper. That's on the other side of town. Let's get there with a B-roll transition.
I remember those days we were young and had nothing to do. I used to pick you up and drive to a place we could talk for hours.
So my morning routine starts with me waking up at 6 AM with my alarm going off, set for just before 6, just a smidgen before 6. I like to see a 5 in that number. Then it'll be a cup of coffee, I'll sit down, I'll read some kind of current events type stuff. Probably, I say read, I mean watch a YouTube video. The next thing will be, actually, back to the coffee. I was telling my friends the other day that I had like a video somewhere that was like how to use an aeropress the way I use it. Turns out, not so much. They were looking for it, couldn't find it. So, let's do that now. So, I need to get a nicer mug. As much as I love my Velux mug, not sponsored, don't look that great. Also, I've just had tea in it as well. Let's get a new mug. So the only place that's open at this time of the morning is the pound shop. So it might not be a very successful trip. Well, that shopping trip was a total bust, but I just remembered there's a kitchen at the studio with cupboards that are potentially full of nicer cups than mine. I want some in glass so you can see the coffee going in. That's why I want it.
Remember when you kissed me? I felt the taste of your lipstick, even the blend of your jeans. I can still see it all. We ran on top of buildings, just like a scene from a movie, living our life on the edge, and we'd never trip and fall, never trip and fall, living on the edge.
The next thing I'd do is I'll put my running gear on and I'll go for a run. Recently, I've been trying to run every single day. I've been doing that for the last 3 weeks. Once back from running, shower, make myself presentable, and I'll sit down with my journal, write one shitty page. The one shitty page thing I sort of go through in my video. I'll link it here, I can't remember what it's called. Basically, just sit down and write whatever's in your head. Get it out your head, down onto paper. It's kind of meditative. Running's also kind of meditative for me. It's something to kind of stop me thinking. For some reason I don't think when I run, which is weird. And yeah, sort of passing the information out of your head onto paper, for me just kind of clears up anything from yesterday that just needs thinking over. And I sort of suffer from anxiety, so I tend to dwell on things and overanalyze them, so getting it out is great. All that being said, you don't have to do this. It's great to have something set up. You know, you'll go on, if you go on YouTube now and search for morning routines, you'll see hundreds and hundreds of videos on like how your favorite YouTuber does their morning routine, how rich people do their morning routine, and that's all fair enough. But don't feel bad if you don't do it. Don't feel bad if you don't do it every day. A lot of the time, I end up working late. I end up working stupid late. And so the next day, maybe I'm just going to be editing, and instead of waking up at 6, maybe I wake up at 11. I don't go for a run in the morning. I don't actually write anything. I just kind of slump out of bed, have some breakfast, some coffee, and then sort of get to work at home. Don't even bother coming into the studio because it feels like too much of an effort. and I probably get a similar amount of work done that day. But if I just did that, I think I would eventually feel like shit. If I just did the notebook and the coffee and the 6 a.m. and all that stuff, I think my life wouldn't be as fun as it is. So that's my sort of look at morning routines. Other people do it differently. You just got to do what's best for you. But a little bit of exercise and a little bit of something creative, some kind of practice, also a little bit of coffee, just really helps kind of kickstart your day. Take it for what it's worth though. I'll see you in another video.